Okay, we're gonna fit a little bit more corn ground today. I didn't know if it was gonna happen or not, 'cause we got rain yesterday, but we only ended up with a tenth, which at the point we are with soil conditions right now was barely enough to knock the dust down. I can't complain too much because, I mean, I keep saying that we're dry, but like we're dry in terms of amounts of rain, but as far as like ground conditions go, we are damn near perfect. Like, it's dry on top, it's working down real nice. When we are getting these little showers, it's taking it lickety split, so it's not really holding anything up. You work it, it lays down, the top dries out a little bit. We got subsurface moisture to plant into. I mean, you really cannot ask for better ground conditions than what we've had these last few weeks. It's really like, it's a little dry or a little wet on top right now, but it's not tacky at all. It's like crumbling perfect. So we're dry in a sense that we aren't getting a whole lot of rain, but at least here locally, soil conditions are perfect. Like, we're not hurting for soil moisture at all. Now, you get over by where I work in the sand ground, they're hurting for soil moisture. I'm actually surprised I haven't seen anybody running pivots yet on the stuff that's planted already. But anyway, kind of been dragging my feet this morning because we got a real heavy dew last night. It was supposed to frost, but it never got cold enough, which is nice. We got one more chance tonight, but they're like, last night and tonight are supposed to be mirror images of each other, so I don't see it frosting anywhere except like the extremely low areas. Right now it's actually kind of nice out. When the sun comes out, it feels like, you know, upper 50s, right around 60, but when the sun goes behind the clouds, it's just cold enough you really kind of need a coat on if you're gonna be running up and down the road like I'm about to do. But well, this morning me and Teeter got up, went over to the barn, got the white hooked up, grabbed the fertilizer wagon, got that over here. Had Mom help me move equipment so that everything's here at the house so that I don't need help moving around today. And then we went down this morning and got the last bit of my starter I needed, topped the wagon back off so I don't have to screw with that tomorrow, because I only had enough in there to plant about another 4 acres. So that's ready to rock and roll. The white's ready to go, but first things first, before I jump in that and take off, I gotta head down to my little field in Indiana that I can't get that rig into. And we're gonna bust it open with the field cultivator this morning, so it's got a chance to dry during the day. And then when I get done with that this afternoon, we'll run back down there with the mulcher and get it fit so that it's ready to go tomorrow. So I got 3 fields I want to get done tomorrow, and then we got another chance of rain Sunday, so. But as long as I can get on it at a decent time in the morning, should be good. I'll try to hopefully got enough daylight left, because the hitch and the giddy up here is Teeter's got her last puppy shot vet appointment today at 4:30, so I gotta make sure I'm back here at 4 in order to get everything around to get her down there to go to the vet. But as long as I got enough daylight left, gonna try to get the planter over here today or this afternoon so that it's ready to go. So hopefully in the morning we just gotta hook everything up and go. So anyway, yeah, nothing to it but to do it. All these fuckers had to do was pull ahead 7 more cars, and we wouldn't be in this situation. Damn it. Well, we're back. I got all hooked up to the mulcher, so that's ready to go this afternoon when the time comes. Got the white warming up, so it's no use dilly-dallying around. We'll get after it. Got about 3 hours before I need to get back here to the house, so it'll be close. I can get the big. I'm gonna go to the big field first, get that one done. I know I can get that one done, so get after it. Well, this field's gonna lay down beautiful. This is one of them I'm all boarded, and this finisher harrow combination on top of moldboarded ground just makes the best seed bed you've ever seen in your life. It just lays down like glass. Pole's a little harder because it goes in the ground a little easier, but I got it shallowed up a fair bit, so we should be all right. That 9 acres here should take me a little over an hour. As long as I don't have any issues with the wet spot, but as dry as it is, I've farmed through every wet spot I've had so far and I haven't had any issues, so it's gonna be real nice. Check, see how we look. I almost kind of want to get it in the ground a little more. I don't know, it's leveling off pretty decent. It is leveling off pretty damn decent. I still kind of want to get it in the ground just to skish more though. Just a little bit, you know what I mean? Find me a different spacer combination real quick. Okay, I gave her about another ½ inch of stroke, so that ought to be a little more better. makes me excited. I'm gonna enjoy the fuck out of planting this field. That's just smooth as glass. Although I do have a couple rocks. That hole would have been filled in with the fucking harrow stopped on the rock. Should have made one more pass, but oh, a rock there. Rock. Is that a rock? That's a rock. Is that a rock? Yeah, that's a rock. But yeah, this is just beautiful. I was actually not expecting this to be this dry. I was expecting it to be a little tackier on top, but that was perfect. And there's something in the back I'd like to show you, but that I don't want to spoil it. There's something back there I want to show you, but I'll show you tomorrow while I'm planting it. So, because I don't want to walk all the way back there now and I got stuff to do, so I'll show you guys that tomorrow. Also, notice the lack of weeds. And there's a little bit, but you guys saw what this looked like when I all boarded it. It was weeds that tall. A lot of mare's tail. Nothing. There's a little bit. You can see where I had a dead furrow there. There's a strip of green. You can see my dead furrow there, and you can see my dead furrow over there. Really, that's the only weeds out here. And then this corner had some grass in it, but this corner's always had grass in it. So I think they had orchard grass out here at some point. At least I'm pretty sure that's kind of what this shit is, maybe. Yeah, maybe not. Trying to remember. Yeah, I don't think that's orchard grass. Anyway, on to the next field. I think I got just enough time to get that done before Teeter's vet appointment, so boogity, boogity, boogity. I am so glad I took off work today. I was him-hawing back and forth all day yesterday. It's like, well, it's raining. It's been raining all day, and I didn't know, but I finally decided to pull the trigger, and about noon I took emailed my manager and told him I wanted a day off, and I'm really glad I did, because this is probably even more ideal than the stuff I fit down last week. This is just beautiful. Just beautiful. Especially after the shit show we had last year. This is just, I cannot even describe to you how excited I am to have ground like this for once. But anyway, I gotta get packed up and get back to the house and grab Teeter, get her down to the vet for her last checkup. So we will catch you guys here in a little. Oh, and I gotta go get Mom her Mother's Day present. I gotta get that before the flower shop closes. So got a couple errands to run here, and then we'll come back to you guys when I head back down to Indiana with the mulcher. Alrighty. Went and got Teeter her last set of shots. That's all taken care of. Ran into town and got Mom her Mother's Day hanging baskets. That's all taken care of. So now back down to Indiana to finish fitting that field, and we'll be done for the day. Well, done as far as doing any work. Still got to run over, grab the planter out of the barn and get it over here so that I'm not screwing with that in the morning. But anyway, let the 019 warm up for a second and scat on down the road. Boy, I tell you what, somebody's having a bad day of planting. Came down here on my first trip with the field cultivator. One of the fields I passed, there's a guy out there had a, I don't know, probably 125, 150 horse John Deere. I don't know. It's older than an M series. It's what did John Deere call it before that? A premium series. I'm pretty sure it's one of the old, I'm pretty sure it's a Mannheim tractor, but like mid 2000s John Deere with a newer John Deere 6-row planter behind it. Nice little setup, but they were sitting there in the field, had their tender truck there, had a truck or a service truck backed up to the planter. They hadn't planted a lick of ground yet. It was the tractor just sitting there, and they were working on the planter. I got down here, worked all this, which probably took me 30 minutes to go past. Tractor and the planter, where everything was down there, was gone. There was tire tracks driving into the field, tire tracks driving out of the field. Well, went past the same place on the way down here with this. Tractor's back, tender truck's back, bigger, better service truck is sitting there, and they're working on the planter again. Still haven't planted anything that I could tell. I couldn't see any marker tracks, so that's gotta suck. It's always the new shit. But anyway, get these to where they're just kind of tickling. With the weed cover I had here, I don't really need to be going too god awful deep. That ought to work. Oop. This dried down real nice. This is probably gonna be a little dusty. Tickling just a little bit more than that. It ain't doing a whole lot. Try that. Well, I'm pretty much done. I just got, well, these end rows are done. All I gotta do is the short ones up by the house, but I figured I'd do the end in here before I got up by the house, just in case my landlord was out and he wanted to talk. So I'm actually kind of impressed how well this knocked down. I was actually slightly worried because it worked up a little chunky with all this chickweed and grass growing in here. That stuff got a little taller than I expected, but I didn't want to make a run down here with a disc to turn around and run back down here to the field coat. It laid down pretty damn good, all things considered, so definitely going to be able to plant into it, no problem. It's nice and fluffy, so should be good. Column mulchers are a damn wonder tool. It's just, they're very situational. If you don't have the right ground for them, you'll make a concrete pad, which for the most part our dirt around here handles them pretty well. Those things, back when I was a kid, those things were all over the damn place, and then they all just kind of disappeared. Because you get much bigger than 15, well, I'm not sure anybody made one bigger than 15 foot before you got wings on them. And the bigger that you can still buy them, I think you can still buy Brilliants. I think Brilliant's part of Agco now, but you can still buy them and they make them out to like 30 foot, but they're just such a situational tool that you don't really see them everywhere. There's places where you see them all over, and there's places where you don't see them anywhere, but soil finishers kind of made them obsolete in most areas of the world. They don't handle trash that well either. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet. They do not like trash one bit. So that's why you normally just had to have them tines tickle in the ground. They were designed for the days when you moldboarded and got the ground clean, and then they worked really good. But it does what I want it to. So anyway, I guess get wrapped up down here, get headed back home, get the planter out of the barn, get it over to the house so we're ready to go in the morning, get everything fueled up. All I should have to do tomorrow morning is get seed out, because I don't want to put that on the wagon and have dew setting on the bag. So that's should hopefully be the only thing we got to do in the morning, to get the seed out, get everything hooked up, and get rocking. So I'm only got 9, 5, 14, 15. I only got 17 acres worked, which normally wouldn't be that big of a deal. It's just the distance I got to travel to get to the 3 different fields, because they're all scattered. That road travel is what kills my productivity big time. So anyway, that's enough rambling. I got to get out of here. So that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one.